Hyundai and Kia Motors will recall 170,000 vehicles, the largest EV recall ever in South Korea, and these vehicles are extremely dangerous due to an ICCU software error and are unable to charge the low voltage battery and are likely to stop while driving. It's not an over-the-air update. Seems like the recall currently is just in South Korea, but it might come over here as well. Electric ran a poll on this today, and the majority of our readers seem to think Tesla would be worth more without Elon Musk. 30% of the people said Tesla would be worth more with Elon, and 56% said worth more without Elon. I think if suddenly Elon stepped down, the stock would drop, so I would disagree with this assessment. We had major SpaceX news today. SpaceX's Starship rocket, which is the rocket needed to colonize Mars, the largest and most powerful rocket ever, successfully lifted off today and completed stage separation, which is a big deal.
Backburn setting it up for eventual splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Stage separation.
Hot staging confirmed. Boosters now making its way back, seeing 6 engines ignited on ship. Kate, we got a Starship on its way to space and a booster on the way back to the Gulf.
Oh man, I need a moment to pick my jaw up from the floor.
These rockets are basically like flying towers, flying buildings. And the hot stage separation is a historical moment that will be remembered. And actually, we had some positive headlines in the media about this. I think this is from CNBC. SpaceX Starship launches successfully in the 3rd flight test, notches new milestones on its way around Earth. But I think Sawyer spoke a little bit too soon. Quickly, Reuters cover the story not exactly in a positive way. I mean, it's not that they were wrong to have a headline like this, but it misses the bigger point of the test actually being a huge success today. The Starship rocket, though, has been lost. However, SpaceX has multiple other Starship rockets ready to go, and we should expect the next one relatively soon. So it's just a matter of time before that rocket goes up in space and then actually lands back successfly. And that will be a huge historical moment.
Down.
So like we said, this plasma field is, wow, what a view. We hope to maintain these views throughout. Starship is so big that we're hoping that the plasma field doesn't entirely blanket the entire vehicle. Right now, it is not. The Starlinks are
Views brought to you by Starlink.
Yeah, the Starlinks are still communicating.
Elon says, this was wild. We have never seen the super hot plasma grow in real time. As you can see right now, this is just the heat. The rocket engines are actually not firing. You can see that they are actually all off. This is just the plasma doing all of this.
Going through right now, or what it would be getting if it were recovering from an orbital mission. And just the fact that we have views through entry, this is incredible.
Yeah. Again, this is the furthest and fastest that Starship has ever flown. And you can definitely tell by the crowd here in Hawthorne.
The heat shield tiles doing their work. We talked about it earlier. Up to 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit that those heat shield tiles are dissipating as we are re-entering.
Yeah, now this was one of the critical, or rather the key mission objectives that we were hoping to hit today. We have never, like I said before, this is the fastest and furthest that Starship has ever flown. So this is the first time that we're getting to collect this re-entry data and understand how these 18,000 hexagonal heat shield tiles are working together to protect the belly of Starship as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere.
RBC Capital's Tom Narayan has a buy rating, price target of 298. Joins us right here at Post 9. Not going your way today. Tom, why do you feel like things are going to turn for this company?
Yeah, I mean, look, this company is in between 2 waves, is what Elon calls it, right? You had the Model 3 and the Model Y, which is largely saturated. The next big catalyst is going to be the affordable car. Unfortunately, that comes in, H2 25. So he doesn't think about things on a day-to-day or month-to-month period, as you probably know very well. He's looking at things from a years, if not decades, perspective. So we're just in between this period of 2 lulls. Eventually, we'll get this catalyst with this vehicle that'll come out. And there's some long-term tectonic things that people just aren't talking about which folks like me will start writing reports about and get folks interested eventually.
So, such as?
Energy storage. Nobody's talking about this. This is trillions of dollars of opportunity. Problem is, it's like decades away potentially. These guys have 15% market share in this business, and the profitability is higher than the profitability of cars. And then, of course, autonomy, right? There's just a lot of negativity in autonomy today. If you guys ever used FSD, I think it's a pretty amazing product. I think it's the most amazing product I've used since the iPhone. We're finally going to get this version 12 this year, which could get the attach rate up. The problem is not even enough people have tested this thing. Once you have people test it and the pricing needs to come down, that can change things dramatically. People look at it as a software stock, not just an auto company.
Right. You can sit here and talk about what's on the come, but 25 is a long way away to wait for this new, cheaper model.
I think this perfectly illustrates the current state of many investors, their state of mind. 2025 is a long time from now. I think if you want to be a very successful investor, having a time horizon for your investments that are less than 5 to 10 years will substantially increase your likelihood of underperforming by a lot. I don't go to casinos and gamble with my money. If I did, I would find a game that's at least the least rigged or the one that's more in my favor. I, however, watched my friend go to a casino and he had something like $100 that he wanted to just try, and he went and I think he played blackjack, I think it's called. I watched him, and somehow in a row, multiple times, he just lost very badly. And then we watched other people come, and they also, everyone was losing. I didn't see anyone that won at all playing that game. I believe the game was rigged. I'm confident of that. Just like if you invest for the short term in the stock market, the game is sort of rigged against you. It's incredibly difficult to win. But investing for the long term has proven to be a great strategy. I mean, I have countless names that I can give you. Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Ron Barron, just to name a few. These people don't trade.
And so I do wonder what happens in the intervening years at this point to at least keep the stock where it is, if not battle those who say EV sales growth is slowing down. Used car prices for Teslas, for example, are a key indicator that this is not going the way they want it to.
Yeah, you're right. Things could get worse before they get better. There's no doubt about it. My job is to say where this stock will be a year from now, not next week. So, yeah, you're right. And the other issue is, while I think they'll hit the volume target that the sell side has, I don't think it's that aggressive, actually, for 24. I think that'll come from price cutting, which impacts profitability, and that's what everybody worries about. So, you're right. Near term, definitely challenging. Elon says it all the time, right? But again, you got to have a broader view of it. And I don't know about you, I can never time this thing, right? So it pops when it pops, right? Somebody like me writes a big report and everybody gets excited, and that's the narrative that changes things. Near term, though, I just don't know what the near-term catalyst is from a data point perspective that re-rates the stock.
What percentage of your valuation model is the core auto business?
10%.
10%?
Yes.
And the rest is energy?
Autonomy and energy.
AI,
mostly autonomy.
Mostly autonomy.
Yeah.
And what about AI robotics? Or
I don't include robotics in there at all.
Because
right.
Because of the risk he might do it elsewhere, or something else?
We just don't have any evidence of a product that's out there in the market making money. Energy storage is already making a bunch of money for them. And autonomy, they do have an FSD product, which is really compelling. And they're charging $200 a month for this product.
How about China risk? If, in fact, things really, I mean, TikTok's just one example of tariffs. What may happen a year or two from now?
Yep, no doubt. It's definitely a risk right now. We saw the Q1 numbers. I think those have to come down on deliveries. A lot of that is China New Year. But look, structurally, it's 40% of their volumes. But at the end of the day, their product that they sell, they do have better profitability than any other car company, maybe besides BYD, right? They should do well long term. And again, auto business, 10% of my valuation, right? It's really an autonomy business and an energy storage business.
It pops when it pops, and I will be in Tesla stock when that happens the next time. And in the meantime, I will continue buying Tesla stock. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I published this video largely because my younger brothers, they are 14 years old, asked me about these two individuals. This is not an endorsement of them. A lot of my friends also asked me what's going on with them. Are they innocent? Are they not? And I don't follow them closely enough to know for sure. So I decided to look into the matter myself and then come to my conclusion eventually. Anyway, if you are interested in these two guys, watch this video next, and I will see you there.